There's a little size comparison. One on the left is the factory wheel and diff. The one on the right is the new one that's going in. So you can see much smaller rims. So it's a 14-inch rim, so that's a 180 LT14, so it's like a 180 85 14. 180 being the width, 85 being the wall height as percentage of the width, and the 14 being the size of the rim. So that's a 180 80. So that's a 265 65 17. So that's pretty standard four-wheel drive size tyre. So there are a few differences between the two. So pretty sure it's a Borg Warner from the factory. So that's a 4.44 to 1. Very, very low diff ratio because it's a 1-tonner. That's a Ford. I couldn't tell you what center that is. I'm sure someone out there in internet land could tell me. So that's a 3.31 to 1. That's open center. That's got an electric locker. Because this is out of a Ford Everest, the SUV version of a Ranger. Another bit of a giveaway, as it would. Don't focus on my hand. Drum brakes, disc brakes. So that's a big help because these don't stop on a good day. These are meant to stop on a bad day. You might be able to see from the top. So that's a Salisbury type diff. That's a banjo. Banjo only coming from the housing looks a bit like a banjo. So that whole center comes out. That can be set up and get your lash set without having to take it out the vehicle. And you just put it on the bench and do it. That is a Salisbury. So I don't know if you can see at the back. Stop fixing my hand. The back hat comes off. Everything actually gets shimmed inside the housing. These are meant to be stronger just because it's all one piece. But if you have to play with them, they're a pain in the butt. Major pain in the butt. So yeah, drum brakes, disc brakes. You might be able to see it just there. But black coat with the green stripe, that's get my words out. A wheel speed sensor. And there's one on this side too. That one, right. There. Yeah. So I can get a speedo pickup off either one of those. This one's got the pickup off the back of the gearbox. Sway bar there. Because it's a HZ, radial chain suspension, got a rear sway bar from the factory. This had leaf springs. This had coils. You can see the coil seats, perches, whatever you like to call them. Pretty sure that's one of the control arms. The shock was at the back. There's another control arm under there. Whereas these just sat on a flat piece with a couple of U-bolts. So this is built for something that could weigh up to 3 ton and drive around normally. That was built in the 70s. Yeah, so there's a bit of a size difference there. Might be a little bit better. So with this one, because it's such low gearing, it's great for pulling heavy stuff. Because I had an M22 manual 4-speed. So the first gear on it was very, very low. This has cruising gears. It came out of like I said, an Everest, a 2-litre diesel, so not a very high revving diesel. And that would have had a heap of overdrives on it as well, so that would cruise at 100 on like 1500 RPM. This, with a 202 and the M22, you'd be lucky to get 120 k's an hour out of it flat out. The 202s were asthmatic on a good day. They're just not a high revving engine. This would have had like an 8-speed auto, crusty 4-speed manual. So you can see the size difference, just a difference in the tube sizes. Significantly bigger. So significantly stronger. They can handle a lot more torque than that. And the good thing is it's electric locker, so I can lock it on and off as I need it. So drive around town, whatever, turn the locker off. It'll be an open center like this one. Go off road, lock it. The there's a mechanism inside that actually locks together, so both wheels spin at the same speed. So that's 5 by 4 3/4 PCD off the top of my head. That's 6 by 5 1/2 off the top of my head. I say 4 3/4? 4 3/4. Yes, those wheels are definitely not going to fit on the new diff. So that's actually got a, I think I've said it before, so focus on my hand. 330mm rear disc, so that's 13 inches for those who don't like base 10 math. And this is the big old dirty drum. Be like an 11-inch drum, judging by the gap around there. So not a lot of braking power, didn't really need it. Yeah. Slightly more stylish